And welcome everyone to tonight's Division D East playoff game between ProBUs and Frank's Furters. So ProBUs comes in as the second seed with 25 points in the regular season. Frank's Furters come in as the sixth seed with 16 points in the regular season. And as far as map bans go, ProBUs wins the coin flip as the higher seed, so they've elected to pick first pick. So Frank's Furters has banned out Sky Temple and Infernal Shrines. And ProBUs has banned out Dragonshire and Tomb of the Spider Queen. And Frank's Furters has decided that we're going to go to Towers of Doom first. So, without further ado, I will kick up the game and we'll get into the draft.
Towers of Doom.
Here we go. Alright, so first hero pick, ProBUs gets first ban. Let's see who they don't want to get rid of, or don't want to see. Do we get rid of Oriole? She had a little nerf today, but I think she's still powerful. Do we get rid of Deathwing? Do we get rid of the last Vikings? You never know. ETC, that's solid. He's a good all-around kitchen sink kind of tank. So the Furters get rid of Deathwing. Hope everyone out in chat's having a good night tonight. Ready for some exciting Hawks playoff action. Frank's Furters gets rid of Oriole. So we get rid of Oriole and Deathwing, the two kind of high meta picks now. See Chaos Tank pick up Leoric. Really strong offlaner. Can do some other stuff too, but that's probably his bread and butter. Can still throw that spooky hand on someone in a team fight, though. You got to watch out for the spooky hand.
The crusade calls.
And we see Raynor and Johanna. If Raynor takes Ace in the hold, he'll get extra slows from Johanna. He got changed a little bit in the patch today. I believe he generates his own slows, but don't quote me on that. I didn't have a chance to dig into the patch notes too deeply. I just saw that his talents got changed. If anyone in the chat has any comments on the talents to help me out here, I would take it. So we see Ming and my favorite Ming skin of all time, and Anduin. So we're going to get rid of Blaze. So we won't see the Ming tank Blaze here. Wonder if we'll see Jaina get banned here. That Jaina Raynor combo, especially behind a Johanna, could be pretty powerful. Jaina generating all the slows for Raynor. Or Raynor just peppering the faces off of the other team. Nope, we get rid of Orphea. Orphea can also generate some slows, so I can take advantage of them. So that's probably a combo worth breaking up there. Unfortunately, I'm not that familiar with the rosters for these guys, so I'm not sure if any of these are targeted picks, perhaps. That Falstad feels like it might be a targeted pick, although with the global, he can kind of sneak into an altar every now and then, so that global can be effective on this map, too. So we get the old man, Deckard, and we get the Hawk. I've talked about globals. He can also skulk around the map. And we finish it off with Sylvanas and Mal'Ganis. And who's going to be Mr. Irrelevant, the last person taken in the draft? Magic Master. So we do see the Jaina. They just took their sweet time picking it up. Didn't tip their hand. So see if we have any swapping. Looks like everyone is happy with their selected hero. By the way, ProBUs on the left, Frank's Furters on the right. Sorry about that, guys. That's the only mistake I make today. We're doing pretty darn well, I would say. So as far as drafts, I think I kind of like the Furters draft here a little bit better, but then again, Ming with the big front line, if she can get her feet set and just start throwing damage, she can be really really effective. And they do have Sylvanas, who's no slouch herself with the Mal'Ganis sleep. Yeah, man, it's really hard to pick. What do you guys in chat think? Who do you think is going to win this game, or who won the draft? They may or may not win the game.
Prepare yourself.
All right, so let's introduce the teams here. So for ProBUs, we have Hong Fu on Anduin. We have 8-Bit on Mal'Ganis, Tuna Breath on Sylvanas, Secret Asian Man on Li Ming, and Cast Tank on Leoric. So let's go over and introduce the red team. We have Dowling and Pig on Johanna, Bags on Raynor, DJ Cold Cuts on Dahaka, Magic Master on Jaina, and Indecisive on Deckard. So we have everyone in the bottom lane that thinks maybe there's some cheese coming up, so we'll have to see how the teams play this. Maybe they're not going to go mid like everyone expects. Or maybe they're just going to sneak up on a little bit. So they're sneaking. Shh, be very quiet. And Sylvanas throws out the trait, and that turret is probably going to go down. Oh, no. So the Furters sniff it out pretty quickly. So they get a little bit of damage, but not a whole lot. No harm, no foul. Nobody missed any excessive amounts of soak, although ProBUs is missing a little bit of soak top by having 4 people in the bottom lane. So they're gonna decide to press this a little bit, and they are going to try and take that turret. Not quite, but a couple of minions should be able to knock it off pretty quickly. So we have 3 in the bottom now, kind of defending. The bottom lane is so important on this map. Control of the bottom lane can often decide who wins or loses this game. So ProBUs is going to take their camp on the left. Furters is going to take their camp on the right. No surprise. Raynor giving the pepper to those poor sappers. Don't know what they did to deserve that, but they're getting it. Camps can be taken at almost exactly the same time. And then we have some members of Furters coming down. We've got a lot of people in that bottom lane. So the soak is on the advantage of the Furters in that top lane. So they're up just a little bit. ProBUs does a really good job of clearing that camp. They've got their own pushing. But then Johanna comes in and hoovers them up with the Condemn. So they're going to have no problem taking that camp out. So no one gets any significant value out of that. There's one sapper left. And Johanna smacks it and it goes down. So in the meantime, we have Leoric alone in the mid. It was alone in the mid. He's double soaking, so he's heading top. We do have Dahaka up in the top lane. So I guess ProBUs wasn't missing that soak. Leoric's double soaking. I missed that. Sorry, guys. So I don't think anything's going to happen up here in the top lane. We'll come back to it later. In the meantime, we do have a little bit of a brouhaha down in the bottom lane. Deckard throws out the Magic Dorito, but does not hit anyone with it. So Mal'Ganis is a little bit low. Let's see if he goes back and taps. Nope, he doesn't have his well up, so he's just going to Hearth and get healthy for the fight. Oh, sorry, let me pop up the talents, guys. And Raynor did go ace in the hole, no surprise there. Jaina's collecting globes. Dahaka's collecting tissue. Those are all the collections we have, I think. So Furters posting up a little bit aggressively. They're going to give the bottom tower and try and take the left one. And Leoric is in the middle of a sea of red. Is he going to be able to escape? Nope. Leoric goes down, getting that trait value. Anduin does come in, manages to lock someone down. Mal'Ganis comes out and puts Jaina to sleep for a second. Jaina is asleep again, and she's in a lot of trouble. I don't think she's going to get out of there. Nope, Jaina does fall. And I see a lot of red nameplates really, really low. Raynor's really low. He's going to fall. In the meantime, the right tower has been taken, and the bottom one was taken by ProBUs, so we're split. So ProBUs can take this. They'll go up 36 to 32. And it looks like no one's going to be able to contest it. So with that, teams go back to soaking. Looks like ProBUs is going to take their camp. I would expect Furters to take their camp here pretty quickly as well. Mal'Ganis is going to go down and harass Johanna. She shouldn't be in any kind of trouble. She's got her D. She's immortal until she decides not to be, so she's okay. So the camp is taken on the side of ProBUs. And we have the camps being started by Furters. I do see 4 blue nameplates coming in for the invade there. Mal'Ganis is able to get a nice sleep, another nice sleep on Decker? No, Raynor. So Decker throws out the triangle, but it's too late. The camp has already been taken. So they're going to have 2 sapper camps at about the same time. So one of them is going to take out the second turret, and the other one's going to take out the wall. So that fort is exposed down there, tower rather. I don't know, they're going to get a lot more value right here, but we do have 4 and 4. 8-bit being a little aggressive there, going in, but he's going to be stunned by Johanna. He gets condemned. He puts everyone to sleep, and he's able to walk away as long as he avoids the big triangle on the ground. So we have a single altar phase coming up. So let's look at the structures here real quick. We have solid walls everywhere on the blue side and on the red side. Looks like everything is solid except for the bottom. So the map's in the favor of ProBUs a little bit. Both teams are going to get to 10 at the same time. So looks like we are pretty close here. Let's pop up the talent so you can see the 4s and 7s there. Ooh, Johanna took her subdue talent. Let's see if she can complete that. It's like hell of a talent if you can complete it, but it's super hard to do. Anduin starts the channel. He's not going to get it, though. There's just too many people around here. Sylvanas zips back and engages Raynor, but I think Raynor is... No, wow, he doesn't take Sylvanas down. Instead, he's in trouble. And Mal'Ganis is chasing him and does take him out. Jaina's really low. She has to go back. Johanna is on her last legs there, and she does get slowed, and Ming takes her down from downtown with a big orb. So that's a 5-3, and it looks like they're going to be able to take that tower without anything that can be done about it. That's an interesting talent, that subdue that Johanna takes. Some people call it a trap talent. I think it's an okay talent. Even if you don't finish the quest, it's still solid. The extra slow. If you do finish the quest, it is amazeballs. Alright, so we do have 10s. Mal'Ganis goes Carrion Swarm. Wailing Arrow for Sylvanas. We have the Light Bomb. And we have Wave of Force. And Leoric with the Entomb. We can see some nice synergy there with the Light Bomb and the Entomb. We'll see how it goes. Leoric, meantime, just continues to double soak. Let's look at the experience here. Yeah, Leoric is, wow, he has double anyone else's experience, so Leoric is doing God's work right now. Well played, sir. So the bottom altar has been taken by ProBUs. Furters are trying to take it back. My guess is you'll see 3 members or 4 members of ProBUs down here for most of the rest of the game if they can keep this tower. I think they're just going to sit in the bottom. That's a valid strategy on this map. They do have sappers. The sappers are going to go down, though. Johanna hoovers them up, and then Raynor puts them away. So we've got a double altar phase coming up. Leoric and Dahaka just kind of hanging out top. No one's really paying attention to the other one. Just soaking. And with 4 down here defending, it's going to be really hard for Frank's Furters to take that back. So I think they might have to give that for now and get some value elsewhere. So Johanna does go in, backs away a little bit. There we have 10s up for Frank's Furters. And we have the Entomb. We have the Ring of Frost on top of it. 2 members of ProBUs go down. That'll help even the game up a little bit. DJ Cold Cuts is a little low, but he's Dahaka. He can regenerate. He goes in and he does get the tongue and takes Ming out. So that was a 3-for-0 trade. And we only get 3 points because they weren't able to take their tower back, so they will probably go back and take that tower back in short order. Let's look at the heroics for a second. So Johanna with the Blessed Shield, Raynor with Hyperion, Isolation for Dahaka, Ring of Frost, we just saw that come out in a big way, and Stay a While and Listen. So if you're a fan of geometry this game, You're going to love it. We got circles from Jaina. We got triangles from Deckard. We've got semicircles from Deckard. I think it's a semicircle. We got rectangles from Leoric. Mr. Farrington would be proud. It's my high school geometry teacher. So we do have several members of Furters coming up to hang out where Leoric is, but he's just going to back away. He sees them coming. He's not going to get picked. He's too shifty for that. So they're going to go up and take this camp. Maybe see if they can soften up that front or that top wall to take that altar. Leoric just continues to double soak. I don't think he's going to have anything to say about this. He's just going to wait for the minions. I think he'll be able to clear that camp up, although maybe not. They do have they still have 2, 3 top. I don't think they're going to really follow it in. Dahaka's going to clear the minions up.
The altars rise again.
And Dahaka hopefully has a Z up, so he'll be able to report down to this fight. So they do get a turret out of it. And then I think they're going to get the maybe the other turret. Lure's going to have something to say about that, but it does go. So in the meantime, we've got everyone kind of coming to the bottom, getting ready for this altar fight. Excuse me. Throughout the talents there are 13s. Johanna went Holy Fury, so she's ready to set her buddies on fire. We have the Hyperion going in. Not getting a ton of value. Some people are in it, but and Dahaka Ming just explodes him, deletes him from the game entirely. But they take Anduin for his trouble. The Entomb comes out. We've got a couple of members trapped in it. But it's Leoric and Mal'Ganis that go down. That's not the way Entomb was supposed to work. That's kind of surprising. So the Furters are 4-1 right now. They're going to be able to take this camp without a problem. So now, with the advantage, do they go for the boss? Do they try and push a tower down somewhere? I would like to see them push a tower down somewhere. But Raynor decides, you know what, let's just take the 4 points and take the boss right now. And I think they're going to have time to do it. We still only have 3 up for ProBUs, so. Leoric's kind of checking the situation out. Is he going to come in and try and do something? He does have Entomb up. And we do have bodies from both sides. And unfortunately, Leoric does go down. And add insult to injury, the Furters get the points off the boss. So this game is almost even. They're down by 2. Oop, and Mal'Ganis in the middle of a sea of red takes Carrion Swarm, and so he's going to be able to get away safely. But that ult is burned. It's not available for another 90 seconds now. So we Dahaka up in the top. Leoric's about to be up, so Dahaka will probably have to back out a little bit. We finally have 16s for ProBUs, and they're picking. Meantime, we have Furters taking their camp, and we have ProBUs about to take their camp. It's up now. And we do have a triple altar phase as well, so we'll see how the teams play it. It looks like Furters may be thinking about invade. I see them coming up. They're too late to get to camp. So Johanna seeing that kind of turns around. They throw the triangle out there. Mal'Ganis comes in, gets asleep. Jaina goes down. But that Ring of Frost, really powerful. She's not going to kill anyone with it. Although Honk was really low. The tongue takes Anduin down. And Leoric is in trouble. Mal'Ganis has gone down in the bottom of that fight. And is he going to be able to Wraith Walk out of there? He's really low. Oh no! The tongue. The devastating tongue. Well played there. Well played. Raynor gets the kill, but I think you got to at least give an assist to the Haka there. That was very, very nice. So they're going to get the bottom altar. Furters are, and then the Haka is going to attempt to channel the one at top. Sylvanas going to come over and harass him. The rest of the team is coming. They do have numbers as soon as they get here. Dahaka is very, very low, but he's able to regenerate there. He misses the tongue on Ming, probably saves her life by missing that. But they are going to be able to take that altar for 4 shots. Deckard throws down the stay on one. Listen, I think it might have been more of a zone than anything else. A good play to just zone out and let your teammate take the tower. So they're looking at this top tower. Leoric is behind him taking the camp. And Dahaka's behind him taking the camp. Leoric goes down. getting a little bit too much trait value there. So we pop up the stats here for a minute. Yeah, Rainer Jaina getting work done. Li Ming too. Got 14 to 6 on kills.
Has destroyed a fort.
I think that Jaina Rainer combo is really, really paying off. They don't really have an answer for it on the ProBUs right now. And the Furters are thinking about the mid. I think they're just going to let the minions walk in. They're not going to engage too hard. Leoric will be up there trying to clear up that top. I think he's going to res in time to get rid of the sappers. And he is. He should be able to take care of that. So in the bottom lane we have Furters converting their altar back, which they'll do in short order. To put them back up to 5-4. And then ProBUs is going to take the top one back. So we'll be back to 4-4 split. And we have the double altars and the two top altars. So we do have 20 up for Furters. I wouldn't mind seeing them be a little aggressive here. Oh, they're actually going to take the camp. I wonder if they'll be able to get the altar before ProBUs snags. No, they're not going to try to take the bottom altar. They're just going to walk away from the sappers that come up here. I think they might have mistimed this. Nope. Deckard does a good job. I think it was Deckard to interrupt that. Rainer throws Hyperion to make sure nobody's going to be able to channel that. We have the Entomb come out, but it's did a good job of keeping everyone away from the fight. But unfortunately, ProBUs has to walk away from that fight since Furters have 20, and those 4 shots go over to Frank Furters. We have Rainer taking that, the one at the top right. And that puts them in a 19-9 hole. I mean, this map is never over until it's over. So that's definitely something you can come back from. But they definitely have an uphill battle. And right now, Frank's Furters just taking altars with impunity. They take one, they get taken back. They just continue to take it. If they can get ProBUs to just kind of go top bottom, chasing towers, they should win this. It's really hard to come back from that. I think ProBUs has to get 20. And they have to make something happen and get a pick, and then starting some map control. But they're not able to do it yet. They are 20. Furters do come in and they take that altar. It's not up yet. It's about to be a very, very bad place to fight, though. So they take the fight out in front of it. They do get the Entomb, and it's the silence Entomb. But Leoric goes down for his trouble. Mal'Ganis goes down as well. And we've got some more low health bars. Sylvanas goes down. We have a couple of people a little bit low for ProBUs, but they know they have that altar behind them, so they can take this fight as far as they want. Ooh, Ming hits that orb, but doesn't do any significant damage there. So we have a 5 versus 2 right now, with 2 towers at the bottom, with 6 altars. There are so many ways they could win this game right now. This is going to be really, really tough for ProBUs to defend. I think it might be GG, unfortunately. So they're going to get 4 shots from the boss. Nothing they can do about that. So that's going to leave 5 to win. And ProBUs does take 1 tower back, and they're trying like hell to take the other one back. But unfortunately, I don't know if they're going to get it in time. So they're going to have to prevent Frank's Furters from taking either one of these. So they're going to have to defend both. Rainer trying to channel bottom. Ming gets down there, but Johanna stuns her, and Rainer puts her in the ground. And the GGs are called. Looks like the top altar was taken while I was looking at the bottom one. So much stuff going on that map. I couldn't follow it all. Wow, well played. And so the underdog 6 seed takes the first game. Let's take a quick look at the stats here. So it's sort of by damage. So damage Rainer was top damage by quite a large margin. Ming and Jaina were fairly close. I think the more telling stat there is that 18 to 6 with kills. There were just too many times where Frank's Furters had 1 or 2 more bodies on the field, and it's really hard to get much done when you're down 5-4, 5-3, 4-2, something like that. So, well played. So let's head over to the official scoreboard, and I will wave my caster wand and give them a point. So Frank's Furters picked that map, and they knew what they were doing. They got to win on that map. So we'll see what ProBUs wants to do for this next map. See if they want map pick or hero. So what did you think, Chad? Did they get enough value out of the Jaina Raynor combo? I think they did. Okay, so 8-Bit is taking first pick. So let's ask Frank's Furters where they want to go. And they're still consulting, talking about it, trying to decide. That was definitely an entertaining first game. Nice way to get this series kicked off. And it was close at the end, but the last couple of minutes there, it was fairly dominant by Frankfurter. So ProBUs with their backs to the wall now. It's win or go home. They'll be trying trying very hard to force a game 3. We're still waiting on the teams to decide on a map here. I'm going to take a quick pause to grab a drink. I'll be right back. Maybe we'll get lucky and go to Brax's holdout. I doubt it, though. Still don't understand the Brax's holdout hatred. I kind of like that map. I think that puts me in a very, very small minority, though. Is there anyone in chat that likes Braxis? At least one person? There's Big Doodoo Head also likes Braxis. I don't know if that puts me in great company or not, but at least it's someone. So thank you for that. I feel vindicated. Yeah, that's also a nice point about Ming not getting a lot of resets. There were a couple fights where I think had they gotten the first kill, then an orb, then an heroic, then an orb, then some missiles, and she takes some other people down. But you got to get that first kill. It's so frustrating to play Ming and not have the team able to get the first kill to kind of light the powder keg. Had a lot of games where I play Ming and have really, really high damage, but we lose because I just can't get effective damage. So it's frustrating. We'll see if they bring the Ming back the second game. It was played well, just didn't work out for him. So Frank's Furters have decided we are going to Battlefield of Eternity. Ektar likes Braxis too. Thank you, Ektar. Restoring my faith in humanity. So let me get the teams in here. And we'll see if we can't get this started. Okay, I'm not behind you with the Warhead Junction though. Unless I'm playing Zagara, then I'm Warhead Junction all day long. My Nidus, I'm Nidusing all over the place. Still getting the teams assembled here. They probably want me to put them on the right side and everything. I think we should mix and match the teams for the second match, but they probably don't want me to do that. So. I think we have it almost set up here. I had to apologize for the delay here, guys and gals. Just getting this game started. See if the teams are ready. Yeah, I know. I need to have some background music. I don't. I have on the pre-stream era, but I don't have on this one. That's one of the upgrades that I'll be making soon. Instead, you just get to listen to silence and me talk. Probably going to get some demerits for that. I think the teams are just about ready. Alright, looks like they're ready, so let's start the game and head over to Battlefield of Eternity. And here we go. Alrighty. ProBUs has first pick like they did the first game, so we'll see if the bands follow a similar pattern. This map is a little bit different to draft for. You can either draft for the burn, which I think a lot of teams do. You can also draft for the team fight and just not worry about the burn, worry about not letting them burn. It can be a little bit rough strategy, but if it works and you win, that's all that matters. So they're not having the Oriole. She with a little nerf today. They still think she's a little overpowered, so get rid of ETC. Solid ban. Get rid of Diablo. I'm not seeing any bans on Bala, Artanis, Greymane, Ming. That kind of surprises me a little bit. So we'll see if those are taken in the first picks on each side. So just Oriole Deathwing, just straight up, no, we do not want to see those guys. I can't say I blame them, to be honest. I'm not sure Deathwing gets as much value on this map. So Raynor was traded in the intermission, so he'll be playing for ProBUs. So we get to Johanna, so he doesn't get the advantage of first slows. Instead, he'll be facing the blinds. That doesn't seem hardly fair. And let's see who they pick as their second. Raynor's pretty decent at the burn here if he talents into it, so. And Ming. I do like Ming for the burn here. I go Q build and Cannoneer just because the sound design on Ming is awesome. She's my favorite character to listen to play. It's so satisfying when you hit a Seeker and a Cannoneer back to back, pop pop. I'm easily impressed by that kind of stuff, so. So we get Anduin again. We do get Blaze, so I'm wondering if that was kind of a target ban the first game. Blaze can be really effective if he's landing his stuns. And who do we want to get rid of, guys? Leoric. Leoric got some value that first game. I don't think that's as much a respect ban as probably a target ban. My guess is they scouted and said, yeah, we don't want those guys to play Leoric. They play him really well. It was Chaos Tank on Leoric in the first game, I believe, and he's showing Blaze now, but they could always swap things up and be sneaky. Are you guys still trying to put together that team of all A's? Wow, I don't like that draft. I never want to see that happen. That's gross, Ektar. That looks like my Storm League drafts. So Zul'jin is banned. He can do quite a bit of damage to the Immortal. I'm still surprised we haven't seen like Valor or Tannis or Greymane come out here. So we have Rexar. He'll probably be banning the solo lane and doing a very good job of it. Him and his buddy Misha. And we see Falstad come out. I think he was banned the first game, so that's probably another target ban if I'm not mistaken.
Here we go again.
So Chromie comes out to play. And we have Arthas. It'll be nice if he gets to lock down a target and give Chromie something to shoot at. Even I can hit my skill shots when Arthas is locking people down for me. So Big Doodoo Head says that Raynor is going to be a #1 pick on this map. I'll have to keep that in mind by next Storm League game. So So we have Deckard to finish off the draft here. Don't. Oh, we do have a swap. Chaos Tank is going to play Arthas, and 8-Bit's going to play the Blaze. They did swap it up. And let's get into the game here. Hey Arrow, I don't have the calendar in front of me, but if you want to put out some times for the other games tonight, I'm sure everyone would like to know where they can go after this. After this hopefully goes 3 games here, so we get maximum hots, maximum action. What do you guys think about the drafts? Who wins, who loses? All right. So let's introduce the teams here. So on the left side, for ProBUs, we have 8-Bit on Blaze, Tuna Breath on Raynor, Hung Fu on Anduin, Secret Asia Man on Chromie, and Chaos Tank on Arthas. And on the red side, we have Darling Pick on Johanna, Boggs on Falstad, DJ Cold Cuts on Rexar, and Decisive on Deckard, and Magic Master on Ming. That just seems appropriate. So we can't go mid on this map. Sorry, guys. But most of the action will probably be bought, so we'll start off there. We got Arthas and Rexar up in the top, so we'll keep an eye on that. Blaze goes in, has to duck away, misses the triangle. We're just going to see teams poking each other here to get started. I don't think anyone's going to get too incredibly cheeky. Although Ming does throw that nice fat orb in there. Let's pop up the talents, see what Ming's build is. She goes power hungry, so she gets a globe and she becomes awesome. Or even more awesome. She's always kind of awesome. Falstad goes seasoned marksman, so he'll be stacking that. Blaze collecting globes, Chromie collecting sandblasts, and Arthas doing his frost presence. Blaze goes in with a stun. I'd like to see him hit those the entire game. That would be very good for him. I think Johanna stole his globe. Chromie just, I think you'll see her throw out some extra sandblast, just trying to stack that early on. Let's look at the top here for a second. So we do have Arthas and Rexar. I believe Misha still counts as a hero for his quest, so he should be able to stack that maybe a little quicker than he normally could. So on the bottom we have Johanna being aggressive like Johanna likes to be. Going in there with the Kadin, see if they can get lucky. Falstad just stacking his quest. A lot of stacking going on. Not a lot of engagement going. Ooh, Ming just misses with the orb there. Be interested to see if someone... uh-oh. We have a pause. Secret... So Indecisive is gone. So Deckard is not here. Hopefully he'll be able to come back. So hopefully he's okay. I'll be able to jump back in the game here. In the meantime, let's take a look at that. I don't think much damage has been done to the wall. Looks like everything is still pretty healthy. Camps are ready to go. No one's taken the camp yet. Oh, looks like Deckard's computer went belly up. It's bad timing for that, but they were able to pause it before anything too bad happened, so hopefully we'll be able to get restarted here. Let's take a look at the stats here. So Li Ming leading in damage so far. Chromie's up there. XP, we have Rexar and Arthas in the solo lane leading XP. That's not surprising. Nothing in there that surprises me. Hey, it looks like Indecisive is back in the game, perhaps. They're going to count it in. Let's head down here to the bottom lane, because I think that's where the match is going to happen here. And there we go. And back to the fight. Johanna, being aggressive, does take a little bit of damage. She comes back. Deckard has a nice potion for her. So she's nice and healthy. She'll pick up the other potion. So in the meantime, we do have Rexar taking the camp. Arthas has sniffed it out. I think he realized discretion's a better part of valor here. And I don't think he's going to be able to stop Rex. Oh, maybe he is. Maybe he's going to be able to push him off. Interesting. So we have both teams going for their back camps here. Misha, is she going to escape? Arthas is kind of low, but he's getting a lot of value out of his aura there. And he's going to get some help from his team after they've taken their back camp, and they're going to take the top camp too. And we have teams getting in position to start burning. Let's widen it out a little bit there. And don't have much of a race because Furters hasn't done any damage yet. They're going to come up here and defend. We're at halftime. I feel like they were a little bit slow there. Maybe they could have started their own burn. So we do have the favorable offensive position for both teams. So they're going to have to come in here. They're going to have to play some defense. In the meantime, ProBUs does have that camp working top. So they're going to have to make a decision at some point if that camp makes it to their fort wall. So Ming, pop the talents here. Ming is going over and she started the burn. She did go with Charge Blast, which I'd like to see for Ming on this map. It can be really effective. Furters doing a really good job of just clogging those choke points up and not letting anyone come in and do any damage. Misha goes down. That's not a huge deal. We do have a lot of damage going out. Arthas does have to back up. So Ming's gotten it down to about 75%, but she's the only one burning, so they're going to have to really, really play defense. Rexar coming in from the bottom side. I think maybe trying to look to flank someone there. Didn't get anyone. Misha's coming in with a stun, though. Circles come out, but that red immortal is going down, and I don't think they're going to be able to stop them from taking it. They did do a pretty good job of burning down. Oh, Rexar goes down. We have first blood. Sorry, I didn't see that coming. So Ming did a good job burning it down. She got the shield down to about 25%, but it just still goes over to ProBUs. And that camp wasn't able to push very far. It's about dead. So I guess they made a good decision not worrying about it. Arthas is up there pushing with it now, but Rexar is going to go up and answer him, so he'll be able to take care of that. In the meantime, we have the Immortal taking out the top turret. And we are moving on to the wall. Then he'll move on to the other turret. Blaze coming in with the stun. Chromie just dropping sand all over the place. Blaze gets a little low, but he drops back, gets a heal. Looks like the fort's going to withstand the Immortal here. 8-bit is really, really low, but Anduin saves his buddy Blaze. That was a really, really nice pull there. Once every 70 seconds or so, you get to save someone's butt. So we have Furters moving on that camp. I think they're going to be able to take that without anyone sniffing it out. Let's pop up the talents here. Johanna takes Subdue again. I always want to see Johanna finish that quest because it just feels so good when I finish it. It's happened twice, I think. So Chromie gets her heroic early. She hasn't picked yet. Still thinking about it. So Raynor doing its best to fight off that camp and 4 members of ProBUs, or Furters. Meantime, up in the top, Blaze and Anduin and Chromie are going to combine to take that camp. Misha comes in, but he's not going to be able to do anything about it, so that camp will be taken. Now we've switched it up. Arthas is in charge of defense for the bottom. Rainer's coming in, maybe thinking of a flank. He gets a little damage on the bear, but that's it. So Chromie is gone for the temporal loop, so watch for that to happen. So we have the Immortal up in 10 seconds. Both teams grabbing their bat camp. We will have 10 on the side of ProBUs, maybe a skosh before Frank's Furters, but I don't know that's going to be anything significant. So we have both of the Immortals in a good defensive position for the teams. So we'll see how they play it. Let's look at Ming's talents. She went Seeker. That's what I would do there too. Rexar goes down. Sorry I missed that, guys. So Ming is maybe a little bit weaker in the team fight, but she can still hold her own. If she hits someone with Seeker, they will definitely notice that in the morning. So the members of Frank's Furters go down to save that fort bot and clear the camp. And while they're doing that, ProBUs decides we're going to go ahead and burn with 4 because there's no one to stop us. Ming comes up, throws an orb. They get back. They don't really respect it all that much. And so we're at halftime. And once again, we've gotten to halftime, and we have 100% shield on the Blue Immortal. And we went from defensive to offensive positioning here. So the Hyperion comes out. They've got a lot of damage going out. Ooh, the stay a while and listen puts everyone to sleep. I think Light Bomb went off. Didn't really get any value out of it, though. So Deckard goes down. Johanna's in a little bit of trouble. Someone got time looped. She's able to get out of it. She's really, really low, though. One more Sandblast and she's going to fall. Ming throws the Mean Beam out. Doesn't kill anyone, though. And Chromie finally gets that last Sandblast onto Johanna. And Johanna is dead. Rainer is also Rexar is also very, very low. He's going to have to back out. And that is the Immortal with about an 85% shield. So this could be trouble for that top wall and possibly the top fort. We'll have to see what happens. Arthas is going to stay bottom and just soak. Let's look at heroics. We got Blessed Shield. We had the Mighty Gust, Bestial Wrath, Stay a While and Listen, which you've seen, and Disintegrate, which you've seen. Blaze want Bunker Drop for safety, so no combustion here. Then we see Immortal pushes the fort. Anowin gets another save. I did hear the Temporal Loop go off. I think it was on Falstad, but didn't get any damage. Deckard does land Stay a While and Listen, and then he lands the triangle on top of it, and it's enough to take Chromie off the map. Falstad's chasing. He wants Rainer. I don't think he's going to get him, but he does get Anduin. Anduin's a little slow to get behind the gate there. So they did burn Bunker Drop to stay safe there, but it was definitely worth it. Because he did stay alive. So we have the Immortal pushing, but the Immortal doesn't have anyone with it, so they're going to take it out in short order. They did get the fort out of it, so those 2 deaths, not the end of the world. I think they still got a ton of value out of that.
Thus ends my assault on hell. I must rest for a time.
And the bottom fort is hanging on by the skin of its teeth, but it is going to stay alive. So are we going to have a fight at this camp? I see ProBUs kind of hanging out. Thought maybe we were going to have a bush party. They're going to let Frank's Furters start the camp. Nope, Frank's Furters, I think, maybe sniffed it out. Chromie has a nice time trap just set up to stop someone and then dump sand on them. So I don't know if they are going to want to go down there now or not. No, both teams looking at it, but they don't really want to do anything about it. In the top, Arthas has to leave. He sees Bisha and Falstad coming out. He doesn't want any part of that. So he's going to go and he's going to start taking this camp by himself. So we do have numbers down here, although Falstad is creeping down. Time trap goes off. Doesn't really get anyone important. It's Johanna. So Frank's Furters is going to start the camp, and they're going to take him before ProBUs has a chance to respond. So that little Mexican standoff is won by Frank's Furters. We do have 13s up. So Ming went glass cannon, so She gets a globe. She'll have so much spell power she won't know what to do with it. So Frankfurter's stiffing out the camp, but they're too late. The camp's already been taken. I think they'll probably burn it up in short order, though.
You and all your servants in hell will cower.
So Frankfurter's playing a little bit defensively here, so they're going to go in. Ooh, we do get the CL1 listen. Raynor does pop off the Hyperion, but unfortunately Anduin does go down. So the members of Frankfurter's just dealing with the Hyperion, dropping bullets on their head. Chromie finishes her quest. That's good for her. So finally we have some damage to the Blue Immortal before halftime. Johanna goes in. That's a nice condemn. Blaze is in a little bit of trouble. He drops Bunker Drop and walks away from it, so he's able to stay alive. So that ult's down, but good value out of it again. And this time it's the Blue Immortal that's down to 50% at halftime. So we have good defensive position here. So we'll see if ProBUs comes out and attacks aggressively, and they do. Deckard with a nice triangle coming out there. Oh, someone's caught in a time loop. And the light bomb went off, and Deckard's going to go down. Johanna goes down. She's not as immortal as she thought he was. Misha looks like the bear's in trouble. Ming goes down. Rexar's going to have to bail out. So now we have 5-on-2. I don't know that Frankfurter's going to be able to get enough damage on this immortal. They do have time, though. Maybe Rexar can poke it out. So ProBUs is wasting no time. They have 4 people burning. But I think, yep, Frankfurter's going to be able to backdoor that. So they have the immortal. Now, the shield's not as big as they would like, but they still have it. Falsight flies away to, I think, clean up that bottom lane, make sure that fort is there. Rexar's running away. Not going to be able to make it. Anduin takes him down. So we have the immortal up in the top. Let's look at 16s here. Arth is still thinking about his. Arth is still working on that level 1 quest. Almost there. This immortal is going to get the entire wall and turrets. It's not going to do much damage to the fort. It's going to fall before it gets to the fort. So good job to clean that up. In the meantime, Frankfurter's has used that. That is a diversion, and they're going to take the bottom fort. So they decided to split push. They get a fort for their trouble. So I think that was a good decision. So we have that bottom camp is up again. I don't know if we'll see the same standoff that we saw. No, it looks like, well, Frankfurter's goes in, but once again they back off. They see Blaze. They know where Blaze is. The rest of the team probably is. So it looks like it's going to go over to ProBUs this time. But in the top, we do have Rexar and Misha taking that camp. So we're going to trade. So that's not a horrible trade. Maybe they can, Rexar can work on that top fort. Without a fort in either lane, Frankfurter's going to have to be really aware of those camps and make sure they don't let one sneak behind him and start working on a keep wall. So they're going to have to play a little bit defensively. They have their 16s. Let's pop them up. Deckard's still thinking about his. Ming goes mirror ball. I like that, the additional missiles. So if they can get her in place, she can pretty much bring the immortal down by herself.
I am on my way, mortals. Be ready.
One away from finishing his quest, but Arthur, he does get his quest. He's in a little bit of trouble. He's got all the red team around him. That was unfortunate. So we're going to have Arthas down, and at a really unfortunate time because he's going to be down for the burn here. ProBUs they're starting to take their back camp, but they're going to get invaded, and we have 5v4, and then Deckard makes sure that they don't get away to safety. So Anduin goes down after Chromie goes down. So we have a 5v2 for Frankfurters, and they are just burning the crap out of this immortal. Someone will call the fire department because it's too late. It's burned to the ground. So we're at halftime, and we'll see if they can get the rest of it down. I think they'll be able to. I don't think there's anything that ProBUs is going to be able to do about it. So they're going to make what I think is a really great decision. They're going to take their back camp here because they don't need that much burn. And so now they'll have the immortal and a camp. The immortal will have, wow, 100% shield at level 17. They'll have the camp. I think the camp will go with them because that's a stronger lane. So, yep, the camp is going to be coming up, bringing up the rear. I think for ProBUs, you've got to consider this fort dead. Don't spend too much energy trying to save it. And you got to be thinking about the keep wall. So just poke that immortal. Let the fort drop a little bit of damage on it, but not much. Shield is still like 85%. Blaze drops the bunker drop, but he's not going to be able to escape from that. Wow. Raider throws the Hyperion out to keep the other team honest, but it's not really having the desired effect. They're just standing in it. They're healthy enough that they don't care. It did a little bit of damage to the Immortal, but not much. So we have another triangle going out. Oh, and we have the Gust pulling some members of ProBUs back into a dangerous position. Ming throws out the Mean Beam. Doesn't kill anyone. Arthas is really, really low. He's going to have to back up. And this keep is in danger of going down, and I don't think there's anything they can do about it. It's down. The Immortal will take that even without the help from Frank's Furters. And they're thinking, we got the keep. Let's think about game. We do have a 5v4. We have an Immortal. The shield is just now dropped, but the keep is going down, and there's a ton of damage going out. We had the keep at 42%. I don't think there's anything they can do about it. I hear the tick. Someone's caught in the temporal loop, but it's too late. That is game 2 over to Frank's Furters, and if I'm doing the caster math correctly, that is 2 wins for Frank's Furters, and that is your series. The 6 seed takes out the 2 seed. Gotta love an upset. So we did have Chromie leading in damage here, but wasn't enough to get them a win. Me with a ton of damage. We're very, very even in kills. 8 to 7, but Frankfurters just pulls it out. It seemed to me like ProBUs was in the driver's seat early when they got those 2 Immortals with a fairly large shield on them, but Frankfurters said, you know, we're going to be a late game team, and we're going to just wait, and they were patient, and it paid off. So let's go over here, and I'm going to wave my magic caster wand one more time, and I forgot to put the map up. There we are. That's a 2-0. That's our game. So let me see if I can get someone in here for an interview before we let you guys go off to watch another exciting game somewhere else. So what did you guys think about that turnaround? I enjoyed it. That was a good series. A lot of back and forth, and it's 2-0, but it felt closer than 2-0. It definitely did not feel like a domination. So ProBUs has nothing to be ashamed of there. They came, they left it on the field. Played a good game. Sometimes it just doesn't go your way. So trying to see if I can get someone in here for an interview. Oh, Dally Pig's going to come in for an interview, so let me get him into Discord. Looks like Indecisive is going to come in. So let me pull him in here. Thanks everyone for stopping by. Hope you guys enjoyed the game. There's plenty more playoff action this weekend, the rest of the week, so be sure to check it out.
Hey there.
Hey, how are you guys feeling after that 2-0, 6-2 upset win?
That's super awesome feeling, especially to know, now we're in the finals. It's excellent. Feels really good.
You are in the finals. I should know this, but I do not. Has the first game already, or the other game already been played, or are you still waiting this weekend to see who wins?
The other game has been played. It's Bancho in the finals versus Frank's Furters.
All right, so were you guys expecting to win this, or were there some butterflies in the stomachs looking up at that and seeing you guys were a 6 versus a 2?
For me personally, there were a bit of butterflies just because we had lost to them previously in the season. But, the previous game that we had played to this was another team that had beat us previously in the season. So, it kind of was something that I had gotten over because, we were able to beat them. So it's like, snowballing, momentum is on our side.
Yep, it's always nice to beat someone who's beaten you before in the season too. Get a little bit of revenge, and you guys do advance. So let me ask you, in that second game, I was a little worried because you guys gave up some big damage to your Immortal, But it ended up working. So was that a conscious decision? You guys decided you were going to try and get value elsewhere and not so much worry about the objective, or was it just that's the way it played out?
In the beginning, it was just kind of the way it played out. And then at one point, when we all started dying around, like, I think it was the third immortal, we knew that, like, it only had, like, 3,000 health left, so we can come back in and cheese it. You know what I mean? But early in the game, it was just kind of how it played out. But, we pulled ourselves together. We said, just wait until we get ults. We win the team fights. And, it worked out.
Yeah, you mentioned the backdoor in that third immortal. That was very well played. You guys kind of kept your heads and realized you can seek up there. But then that last immortal, I think it had a full shield on it, if I'm not mistaken, and that's just really hard to. I mean, it did have a fort and a keep to go through, but that's a lot of damage, I think, in dish out. So it just wasn't enough.
Yeah.
So before I let you get out of here, I want to say congratulations. And anyone you want to shout out before I let you go?
Yeah, just give me 1 second.
Take your time. Man, you're the victor. You get to take your time.
I can't find it. Hold on. All right, so my boys. They said it was in here. Frank, Franco, Frankie, Francis, and Franklin. And just little words of inspiration for anybody listening. Sometimes a potato rolls down a hill.
I like it. I also like the fact that you have your remarks prepared. So you were pretty confident that you at least had a chance to win this. If you have an acceptance speech ready, that tells me you guys are ready for this game. I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to let you go then. Congratulations again, and good luck in the finals next week. And that's it. That's it for me, guys. I'm going to get out of here. You guys enjoy some more games, and thanks for coming. Everyone have good luck in their games.